Hey guys, Drenx here. Today I am bringing you a protection warrior guide. In this video we shall be discussing the following: talents, races, threat, rotation, your pre-raid BIS, and finally enchantments. The talents you see on your screen are the basic and most commonly used spec for tanking inside of raids. This setup gives you an extra 5% crit from cruelty, defiance for the additional 15% of threat while in defensive stance, and a major cooldown being last stance. For the Horde is definitely the best race. This is primarily due to the extra stamina they get, giving them 10.5 hit points for every 1 stamina compared to the normal 10. Their extra health is amazing against fights such as Broodlord Lashlayer in Blackwing Lair, where you must soak his Mortal Strike. In situations like this, the extra health is highly beneficial. War Stomp is also an amazing ability, great for trash and some boss fights such as Nefarian in Blackwing Lair. The nature resistance increase is also a slight bonus for ZG bosses and some Encourage bosses. Some may argue that Orcs are the best due to Blood Fury's damage increase, giving you additional threat. The main problem with this being the damage increase you take after using this ability. For the Alliance, Night Elves are definitely the best race. Quickness is a welcome ability, giving you an extra 1% dodge, something definitely not to frown upon. Night Elves also have Shadow Meld, allowing them to completely drop aggro if used correctly. This is great as in some situations this may result in you not having a repair bill, and as a tank I hope you like repairing. Night Elves have the same benefits as Tauren, having the extra nature resistance being useful in Zul'Gurub and Encourage. On your screen you can see the main abilities you shall be using to generate threat. Heroic Strike while being used in defensive stance will gain you 423 base threat per Heroic Strike. Sunder Armor when used in defensive stance will gain you 388 threat. Shield Slam is heavily reliant on your crit, being helped greatly by the talent Cruelty, giving you an additional 5% crit. This ability can crit for upwards of 1500 threat. Revenge is a very good ability for threat generation due to its low cost, however requiring a dodge, block or parry to be usable. This ability can get you 315 bonus threat. Cleave acts as the same as Heroic Strike, giving your auto attack a flat damage increase while also hitting other targets. This ability does 197 threat to your main target and 197 threat, plus auto attack damage to all other mobs hit. The basic rotation for protection is pretty simple. Firstly, you want to make sure to keep 5 stacks of Sunder Armor on your target at all times. This reduces the target's armor. Secondly, you want to be using Shield Slam off cooldown, since this is a huge threat gain, but you need to be aware of when you need to be holding aggro, since this ability may force aggro upon yourself due to the extremely high crits. Thirdly, you should be using Revenge whenever it is available to be used, since it applies a lot of threat for such a low rage cost. But this is only usable once a target dodge, parries or blocks. Finally, fill in with Heroic Strike as a rage dump or cleave if fighting 2 or more targets. The pre-raid best in slot which you are aiming for is listed on your screen. A lot of best in slot items are actually BOE world drops. As a result, I have listed alternatives for you to obtain. Finally, we have enchantments. Listed in front of you are the best enchantments for your protection warrior, the best enchantment being listed first. This has been Drenx, main tank of Apotheosis. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in a more in-depth warrior guide, feel free to let me know in the comments below.